I'm going to start with my number 10 for the quarterback. Number 10, I have Matt Ryan. He has a pretty
Ooh,
explosive
bold.
offense. Yeah, pretty explosive
10, that's
offense.
low.
He's confident, but I also have some players in here that might have a little bit better legs. At number 9, I have Carson Wentz. I really do believe he's gonna make a comeback this season. He's got some weapons that he's comfortable on the offense with, some targets that he's gonna throw to. He has Ertz, who's pretty much like his best friend in life, and Jeffrey, who, if he can get going, it'll be worth it. And at number 8, this is gonna be my biggest surprise here. I'm actually gonna go Kyler Murray. I believe that his ability to use his legs is really going to help, but I also think that the Cardinals are going to be so bad that he's going to get a lot of garbage time, and I think he is a smart quarterback, so I think he's going to keep the interceptions low. So that is my 10 through 8. What about you, bud?
Well, me for 10, I had a really tough time with this one because I didn't know who exactly wanted to go with. So I did a 10A, 10B type of thing because they're both very similar quarterbacks. I did Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray because they're both
Okay.
they have good run ability. Only thing with Lamar, he has to learn how to throw better, and Kyler, he has to, get over being on an awful team.
There you go.
And then I did number 9, Jameis Winston.
Okay.
He's got, Bruce Arians, throw heavy offense. We got Baker Mayfield coming in at 8.
Okay. Interesting.
Going up to,
We can talk about Baker in a minute, I think. At number 6 or number 7, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's actually going to have a comeback season. I feel like he can stay healthy, and, Mark McCarthy is gone, and they're really going to kind of feel like they have a chip on their shoulder, something to prove. And plus, he has just a lot of weapons, and Devontae Adams is just one of the best receivers in the game. And if he can get Jimmy Graham going, I really think that's going to help as well. So Aaron Rodgers is number 7. Number 6, I have Russell Wilson. I am on the Russell Wilson fantasy train all times. He's got the wheels. He's got the arm accuracy. If DK Metcalf can stay healthy and actually run some routes, I really think that's going to be a big target for him. And if they can balance out the run game and the pass game, I really think he's going to be dangerous. What do you got at number 7?
All right, number 7 for me, I got Jared Goff. For Goff, I just think he gets better every year, and even if he doesn't take a huge step forward, he was still the number 6 ranked fantasy quarterback last year in most formats. He's got the weapons, he's got the mind in Sean McVay, and so, yeah. Number 6, I got Cam Newton. I know there's been a lot of speculation on his shoulder surgery that he had on the offseason, but if you really take a look back, when he had before his MVP season, I think he had that same exact shoulder surgery that he had, and so I'm not too worried about it. The only thing I am worried about with him is that I don't think they're going to have him running as much as he likes to do. And then at number 5, I have Matt Ryan, just because of the high-powered offense. Only thing, big question mark with him is his O-line. They just look pretty rough in the preseason.
There you go. And I didn't say my number 5, so my number 5 is going to be Drew Brees. I think that Drew Brees is going to be great, but I also think that I have a couple guys higher that they just have a higher ceiling for their overall team. I really think other than Michael Thomas, he doesn't have the overall weapons to really break out, and I really think it's going to be the Kamara show all season, so I'm going to have Breeze just a little bit lower. At number 4, I have Baker Mayfield. I really think that just because of his offense, he really has the opportunity. This is more of my risky ones. I was really floating my 4, 5, 6, and I decided to jump him up 4 just because I think out of the 3, he has the best overall weapons and best ensemble, so Baker at 4. So what do you got at 4?
At my number 4, I got Aaron Rodgers, actually. Because, he's still Aaron Rodgers. The only thing that people are very hesitant about is his health. Which, when I do these type of rankings, I try not to take health unless they're obviously injured in the preseason. But because I'm not an injury predictor. I can't tell when someone's going to get injured. I could take my whole list and say someone's going to get injured. So, he's still Aaron Rodgers. The only thing I think they're going to have to do is to make him stay in the pocket more because he can't be doing all that running around. And, yeah.
There you go. All right, so my number 3, I actually have Jared Goff. I really think that he has just so many weapons, and if he can keep his interceptions low, I really think he's overall a really smart quarterback, and he does have wheels himself, so he can potentially get a couple yards in there. And if they're really going to try and limit Gurley with this year, he just actually has room for improvement for fantasy. So I really think that he's going to be able to break into that top 3. Who do you got at 3?
Yeah, I do love Jared Goff this year. He's actually my late round quarterback pick. For some reason, he's going in as QB 13 or 14. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Like the fact if he's not on anyone's top 10, that's crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then we're doing on 3, right? We're doing. My number 3 is actually Patrick Mahomes. I just see regression coming because he had one of the best quarterbacking seasons of all time last year, and I just don't see him being able to keep up that pace. Yeah, I trust Andy Reid and I trust all that, but ridiculous touchdown percentage pace last year. Like it was like on like 8 point something percent of throws he was throwing a touchdown, which is out of this world. But I still think he's really good. Number 3, I mean, that's not that much regression, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with my number 2, and my number 2 is going to be Deshaun Watson. I really think that
Agree on that one.
Okay, then we can both go ahead and talk about that. So Deshaun Watson, you when you have DeAndre Hopkins, arguably the best receiver in the game, you are automatically going to just have that higher chance of just being great. And he is great himself. I really think he's a smart quarterback. Out of everyone on this list, or out of everyone in the league, I think he's the smartest running quarterback. Him and Russell Wilson could probably battle for that, but I think that Russell Wilson just, he has a little chip on his shoulder to like kind of go to the
Yeah, he's
sideline.
older. He's been in the league longer.
So I think Deshaun Watson, he goes in the middle of the field and he just slides all the time. He's really smart, and he's got honestly, and with the loss of Lamar Miller too, I really think that's going to affect the run game, and that's going to have to go on the passing game. So it's just one of those decisions that I really think Deshaun Watson is going to be really good.
Yeah, and you've left out one big thing. They just traded for that Dolphins left tackle, did they not? Who just extremely upgraded his offensive line, which made me push him to number 2. He was my number 3 just a couple days ago. I'm not going to lie. But, he's got great weapons around him. He even got Duke Johnson now, so maybe they'll start throwing to the running back a little bit more. And Kiki QT and Will Fuller, nice spread the field.
Yeah, and
so
even
like Deshaun Watson.
Even something with like Duke Johnson too. Those are within the red zone. Just dump it to your running back and let him get you a touchdown. And for fantasy, that's still points regardless. So yeah, he just has a lot of opportunities. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you do your number 1, because honestly my number 1's obvious at this point. So let's see what you got.
Mine is actually Carson Wentz. I think he has a huge bounce back year, and for a couple of reasons why is because in Carson Wentz's career, these are the best weapons he's ever had around him. Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert. Is that his name? Dallas Goedert?
Yeah.
And then with the running backs too, even. Like, I'm not a big Jordan Howard guy, but Miles Sanders. I love Miles Sanders this year. If he can just get the work in Doug Peterson's offense. He just has all this group of guys around him where it just, if he can stay healthy, it's just set up for him to be amazing.
Yep. So he was my number 9. So I'm really it's one of those things. It's his confidence that I think that could affect everything, and just the offense is just. It's just, I don't know, with the spread offenses, it's either going to be home run or not, and I just don't know yet. So I'm there, but not quite there. And then obviously my number 1, Patrick Mahomes. It's one of those situations where I just feel like it's a combination of the offense is just honestly that good. I am on the hype train, but I watched, because I had him on my fantasy team last year, and I watched almost every game that the Kansas City Chiefs played, and Mahomes is smart. He throws the ball where he needs to throw it. He doesn't take many risks, and when he does take risks, it's more of like the no-look passes and stuff like that the defense is not even expecting.
The dumb risks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why would you even do that?
But it's also a smart risk because the defense isn't expecting it, so they're not even ready to jump on it. Yeah, exactly. So sure. I'm just totally on the Patrick Mahomes hype train. Maybe he might not throw for 50 touchdowns again and for 5,000 yards. But that doesn't mean that he can't just light it up with 4,800, 4,700.
Yeah, see, I was actually trying to think of what my projection of him would be, and I was thinking 38 to 42 touchdowns and about 4,700 yards, 45 to 4,700 yards.
And honestly, the only reason that I it's like a one, like kind of what you said, 10A, 10B for me with Mahomes and Watson here is just because of the Tyreek Hill situation. You never know, in the middle of the season something might happen and somehow they'll suspend him. So if he loses Tyreek Hill, obviously that's going to affect his numbers. But if Tyreek Hill plays 16 games, then Mahomes is probably going to be the number 1 by like almost a landslide. So that is our top 10 quarterback rankings. Go ahead and comment below your guys' rankings, and
hey, actually, before we get off of that, can I talk to you about a few of your picks?
Oh yeah.
I was writing them down.
Yeah.
Now Russell Wilson, you had him at 6, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Russell Wilson number 6.
See, I just don't trust Russell Wilson just because the Seahawks came out and said that they're going to be a very run-heavy offense this year, and they're going to try to go for it. And when Russell Wilson, who's he going to throw the ball to besides Tyler Lockett?
You got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf when he starts off. They always
rookie receivers are very rough.
Yeah, but you got to think of his size and his potential
Yeah,
of everything
okay.
going on. And also, you can still throw it to Carson, and you can throw it to Rashad Penny. So I mean, he still has plenty of options there. I'm not sure who their tight end is right now, but whoever the tight end is, they always make it work, even if it's not fancy. You know,
Yeah,
it's
you're
work.
not wrong. I
And
just think it's a little high for my taste. That's all.
it's just, I don't know. He was on the rankings that I had at the end of the season. He was the number 4 quarterback or number 3 quarterback, one of those two. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine him dropping out of
The
the top
talent's
10.
there. No,
Yeah,
the talent's there. I'm not arguing his talent.
and arguably,
But-
I would say him, Brady, Breeze, and Rodgers are probably the smartest quarterbacks in the entire league. So it's hard to not have the intelligence in there. And obviously, we have a big one out. We didn't have Brady on anyone's list. So
yeah. Well, I
you're-
didn't even have Breeze on mine either. I
yeah,
just don't.
I
They're
thought
another one of those teams
I
that
thought that was
become
going to be your
run
number
heavy.
one when you had. I was thinking when I was looking at my list, I was like, I guess his number one's Breeze, and it
No,
wasn't.
I don't. I just think they're going to be running the ball. He's getting older. Like he looked very worn down at the end of last year, and so I just think they're going to try to stick with Alvin Kamara, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Of what we think of that, but
All right,
Yeah,
so
I just think- yeah.
any other comments on either list?
no, you're good.
All right, so as like I said, go ahead and comment down below your predictions. You can just do top 1, 2, 3, entire 10 if you like. You can let us know what your thoughts on our rankings for the quarterbacks.